3 wins. That's what it's going to take to get to the President's Cup, and it all starts now. The Alberta Series Lacrosse semifinals taking place in the JRC here in Fort Saskatchewan. It's 4:02 local time. Cody Jansen with you on 12-ounce sports. The Calgary Mountaineers visiting the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels for game number 1. Starting goaltenders John McMillan in red, Kane Swartout in white. Refs ready, balls down. We are underway in Fort Saskatchewan, game 1 of the ASL playoffs. It's Cody Jansen. Thanks for joining me on a Saturday afternoon. Rebels and Mounties, just as we all suspected for the past month or so, a berth in the President's Cup likely on the line. Jason Kruk, the captain, over to Tyler Melnick. Early shot on goal. It's a bouncer, and John McMillan gets it with his left arm. The stretch pass intended for Tanner Tassi is out of reach. Greg Beret, they're going to have to haul down on Shane Pluto. A little spin move, and he hammers it up the floor. Melnick now in transition. Padillo's there. McMillan got a piece of it. Joe Fowler, Greg Beret's off the bench. Fowler to Beret. Low shot kicked out by Swartout. Marcus Fouillard, little spin move. 34 points in the regular season for him. Sub shot, scores! Marcus Fouillard draws first blood, and the Rebels are up by 1. Marcus Fouillard goes stick side on Kane Swartout, and that's 1-0. Just over a minute in. Rebels lead. It's Corey Takahara coming out the O gate here. Simon Hansen's pass got deflected, and Swartout holds on to it in the crease. Tony Tremblay cuts to the middle of the right. He had 15 points in the season. Badillo for Crook in tight. McMillan got a piece of it and then takes a hit from Crook. It's playoffs. You got to assume they let him play on. And maybe the captain gets away with a little bit extra there. Let's John McMillan know he'll be seeing him for 3 games at minimum. Marcus Fouillard now. A little extra pop in his step after opening the scoring. Jordan Wheaton outside look. Kicked out by Swartout. Rebound pops to Greg Beret. They'll swing it around the horn. Beret's up top. Down the middle, defenseman all over him. Good double team. Forces the turnover. Mounties finished the season 7-5. Rebels 7-4-1. So when you look back to that tie against the Miners Lacrosse Club, that's the difference maker in home floor advantage this season. Eric Lemire outside, little fake, tries to drag inside the middle. Joe Fowler strips him. Murphy throws it over the red line to Simon Hansen. Far side of the floor, baby blue Alberta Warrior gloves from the Al Shabreski Memorial. Fouillard, the back pedal. Over to Greg Beret. Shove shot, scores. Greg Beret stings the bottom corner. Same spot as Fouillard. It's 2-rip. Greg Beret adds the latest, and it's 2-0 Fort Saskatchewan. Hansen and Fouillard grab the assist. Here's Fouillard outside shot. Off the toe of Swartout. and heads into the netting above the glass. Fouillard still with it. Pass over to Eng. Wyatt Houghton's on Saskatchewan Rush draft pick. Fouillard buzzes the tower. Swarto with the save, and he controls the rebound. Rylan Bjorndal was cutting towards the cage in transition. Didn't get a pass. Now getting in tight. Trying to tuck it over the shoulder was Cam Chesser. But McMillan got his left arm on it. Bjorndal with the rebound. Tyler Melnick, the big lefty, 35 points on the season for him. Gerhoff now in tight. Tremblay was there, pushed to the ground by Cole. And ref wasn't happy with that. Gerhoff sets the pick for Tremblay. Melnick comes down with it in the corner. Bjorndal gets around Nguyen. Doesn't like a lane to shoot. It's up top. Melnick has to let it go, and he will. McMillan with the save, and Gerhoff gets hauled to the ground. That's an easy call for the refs, and the Mounties get the first power play opportunity of the game. Calgary goes to the power play. It'll be Melnick up top, steering the ship. Gerhoff and Crook are on his left. Benio and Bjorndal are on his right. Melnick's shot got blocked. And as you're watching at home, I will let you know one of the scoreboards has died on the wall here behind the Rebels' net. No scoreboard, no shot clock there. Crook to the middle. Benio's low shot. Tried to squeak it by, stick side on McMillan. He'll hold on to it. Tassie up for Hansen. They're not even going to throw a double team on Hansen here. Jacob Modiak will try force a turnover. Tend to throw something on goal. Hansen driving down low. 3 to shoot off the corner, rolls it wide, Fouillard rebound, put it on net. They'll say it was a little after the shot clock had expired though. Still 55 seconds left on the Mounties power play. 2-0 Rebels lead. It's Cody Jansen with you on 12-ounce sports. Benio's out of the corner. Melnick as well. Now it's Gerhoff up top. For Benio, little sidestep. Gets it back right to the middle. Benio, plenty of space, misses the target. And now Sherbanek rolls it for Takahara. Behind the back, he hit Matt Murphy. And boy, he would have been home free if he came down with that pass cleanly. They can still eat about 15 seconds off the penalty to Nguyen, and then they'll be shorthanded for the next 2 seconds. Ethan Wong now. They're trying to go low stick side. They're feeling something there, and then Wong floats one. Swarto not looking comfortable with the big Woody there. Kind of just deflected it down. Gerhoff out of the corner. It's Lemire. Hammer shot, bounces it wide, didn't go off McMillan. Crywolf leaves for Fouillard. .45 to go here. Opening free. Greg Beret with Ellingson now. Eng's way up top. 8 to shoot. Gets the pick. Greg Beret in tight. Tried to one-arm it on goal. And Fouillard can't grab the Lucy. Zachary Foster, left side. He's got the ad-net, gloves on and everything. Pushed out by Murphy. Foster now, little fadeaway shot. John McMillan up to the test once again. Corey Takahara, one of the most effective transition players in the league, 16 points in his Senior B campaign this season. Now it's Wong. Backhand dish, a little wild, goes off the glass, and now they got to get back. Mounties have numbers. In transition, it's Chesser. Drops it up top, and Giacomo is run into by Beret. Giacomo still has it, spins around Sherbanek, tries to float one up, and he's got Bjorndal. Benio's off the bench. Bjorndal now pushed to the ground by Morris, and he throws his pass wide. Good defense by Jacob Morris, the traveling Laxman in red. Jordan Wheaton now. 25 points for him this past season as Hansen takes a spill once again in transition. Here go the Mounties. And they score. It's Jacob Modiak. Lets one go from outside. I think he caught McMillan a little unexpected. And they cut the lead in half. It's 2-1. Modiak had 5 points in the season, and he opens the scoring for Calgary. Mounties offense looking to even things up. Melnick now trying to pull it glove side. Matt Murphy in front of the penalty boxes, hands it off for Marcus Fulgart. Open the scoring in the game, a minute 7 in. Wong's up the middle, and it's off the crossbar. Little tip drill, doesn't miss by much, and now Fulgart trying to go far side. Swarto having to go right to left, makes a big save, and here goes Modiak. Back the other way in transition, same shot, this time he misses the net. Tyler Cole slow things down. Ang takes a beating. 3 lefties on the floor. Fulgart back for Beret. 5-hole attempts. Swartout says no. Now in transition. Looks like they want to push the pace a little bit. Giacomo. Hands for Lemire. Crooks out there. He'll set the pick. Lemire spins on Fowler. Push back. Jerhoff. Benio out of the corner. Now he's got Jerhoff in tight. Penalty upcoming. Shot got stopped. Calls made. Mounties going back to the power play. They're 0 for 1 so far, though. Melnick will run the power play from the top again. Jerhoff and Crook are on his left. Benio and Bjorndal are on the right. Back to Melnick. You know he wants to shoot that one. Crook's obviously a danger, though, for the quick stick down low. Now Melnick's got some space. Thought about shooting around the defender. Back to Benio up top, and that gets blocked by Takahara. Take a welt, get some claps. Melnick, fresh 30. Trying to shoot around the defender. And McMillan now sliding to his right. Stones him. Up to Fowler, who'll go across the restraining line. Beret's got to watch out. Oates behind him. Tries to push him, can't catch up to Greg Beret. There's a water bug out there. He's flying around and you're not going to catch him. Ellingson down low. Pass intended for Fowler. Couldn't handle it cleanly, though. Oh, up top. Hansen blows a tire. Foster for Gerhoff. Another look into the corner as Tremblake's down there. Bonillo now. Thought about pulling it. Gerhoff will take the shot and he scores. Tie ball game. Austin Gerhoff on the power play. Eight out of the shots, 2-2 are the goals. And there's 7:48 left to go in period number 1. Bonillo grabs an assist on the Gerhoff marker. And now it's Andrew Smistad down in the corner. Outworked by Corey Takahara. Forces it on the ground, and here goes Dewart. Pushed out by Lemire. Ball's on the ground. Fowler's in there as well. It's still hopping around. Not the prettiest lacrosse you'll see all day, but it's the boys in white and blue who control. Lemire far corner. Tries a swim move, pumped free by Tyler Cole. Crook hits it back now. In tight strip by Krywalt, and he runs into McMillan again. Time number 2, he's done that. Ref's watching it. Just decides not to call it. Krywalt back for rank. Full yard now. Wheaton's the 5th out guy off the bench. Full yard fake drive. Wheaton's got 9 to shoot. Like to look there. Pulls it a little wide, and now full yard rips one off Hansen's leg. Wheaton from outside. Easy save there as the Mounties head back north. Gerhoff off the hidden ball trick. Foster one-on-one with Tassi. Gerhoff's got some room. Shot goes wide. He's got his own rebound, though, and McMillan doubles up his save count there. Matt Murphy now. Bonillo's on the back check. Escapes him up top, and he throws it for Greg Bray, who's waiting. Pass for Wong. Fort Saskatchewan's passing has not been crisp here to start the game. Smistad. Hands for Tony Tremblay. 15 points in the regular season. None yet this afternoon. Now it's Dewart trying to grab onto the bouncer. Tyler Cole in transition. He's got Bjorndal in a foot race. Tyler Cole now fumbles the ball. Unforced turnovers. Causing problems here for Fort Saskatchewan. They aren't able to get their offense set. Bonillo out of the corner. Tremblay, Gerhoff, perfect passing. And McMillan with the left pad stops him. Murphy will let the guys get to work and hop out on the floor. 4:28 left to go in period number 1. It's Cody Jansen with you. Rebels Lacrosse on 12-ounce sports. Egg and full yard give and go. Wheaton now. High pass, bounces on goal. Hughes stretches it for Hope. Wyatt Hope, the Saskatchewan Rush draft pick, runs it himself and he scores. Mounties lead 3-2. The former Saskatchewan SWAT makes it 3-2 for Calgary. Swarta grabs the assist, although I believe it might have been Hughes. And now Jerhoff vying for another call here. They've already got 2, and they've probably been deserving of 2 themselves. Bray and Ellingson, the righties. Folliard now, low drive, high pass. Quick stick by Bray, went off the left pad of Swart out. Now Ellingson trying to chase down Chesser, won't get to him. Mounties with numbers. It's Benio off the bench, shot got blocked by Sherpanik, and here goes Takahara with Krywald. It's a 2-on-1 the other way. Corey Takahara back for Krywald, kicked by Swarnout. Loose ball's all the way back in the neutral zone. Ang down for Takahara. Wise move, bounces it over to Wong. Ethan Wong up top. Rings it off the pipe and it ends up in the roof. Caught Kane Swarto moving to his right there a little bit. He's been beat twice, stick side low, exact same spot. This time Wong tries to pull it. And now Hansen getting into it with Pluto. Pass down low, Swarto's got it. Austin Jerhoff, a power play marker to even things up at 2 earlier in the period. Back for Melnick down the pipe, and he ends up bobbling it. And now Melnick takes a run at John McMillan. Is the reffing not in the same building? 3 times now, the Mounties have taken runs at John McMillan. They'll laugh about it, they're not getting calls. Rough reffing display here to start. Folliard shot on goal. Swart out with the save. Hughes for Foster. Drop pass, still rolling. Takahara punches it back. Sherpanik's there. .60 seconds to go here in the opening frame. Simon Hansen towards the goal and he scores! An individual effort, Simon Hansen buries. We're tied at 3. Big goal with less than a minute to go in period number 1 as Simon Hansen brings us back to level ground. Sherbanik and Tassi grab assists on the Hansen effort. And Jerhoff now picks the corner on McMillan. 4-3 Mounties with 20 seconds to go. Austin Gerhoff buzzes some life out of the building, and with 13 seconds left, the Rebels will take their timeout. Greg Beret has it up top. 10 left to go in the period. He'll take the shot himself. Sword out with the save. Hansen now bobbles it. 3 to shoot. Smeested, empty net, he scores. Just as the period is about to expire, the Rebels botch a 6-on-5, and it's 5-3 for Calgary. They'll run out the clock as well. I guess the face-off is a formality, and after 20 minutes of play, the Calgary Mounties lead by a score of 5-3. It's Cody Jansen with you on 12-Ounce Sports. And, well, I guess we'll be back with the second period since they're not doing a face-off here. Welcome back inside the Jubilee Recreation Center. Cody Jansen with you on 12-ounce sports. Second period about to get underway here in the Alberta Series Lacrosse. It's game one of the best of five between the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels and the Calgary Mountaineers. Mounties up 5-3. It was a buzzer beater by Andrew Smithstad at the end of the period. They had 2 goals in the last 21 seconds. And that's where they stand right now. 5-3. Shots are 19-13. After 20 minutes of play as McMillan gets a test in tight from Tremblay. On the ground, Krywoldt gets some help from Joe Fowler. The big man blows past Tyler Melnick easily. Dishes it up. Jordan Wheaton transition. Plenty of time, and he's stopped. Kane Swartout got him in tight in transition. Holt was looking for his second, and McMillan says no. D-word for Ellingson. Marcus Fouillard, the 5th guy off the bench. Jordan Wheaton, outside look, circling the cage is Fouillard. Back for Greg Bure, outside look, and it's knocked free. Not sure if Smithstad got his stick in the way or what, but the ball ends up on the ground. And Chesser heads the other way. Melnick, bouncer, scores. Tyler Melnick puts it top shelf, and it's 6-3. Melnick has his first of the playoffs. And now Holt gets his stick up high on Takahara. Penalty coming. Greg Bure has the ball. 12 on the shot clock. Back for Fouillard. All the way down to Ang. He wanted the quick stick. They still have 5 seconds, but they got to go quick. Ang will take it himself. Bouncer goes wide. Power play coming up, and it's the first one of the game for Fort Saskatchewan. "13 shots in that first period for the Rebels. Puts them on pace for 39, but their offense certainly wasn't sharp. Greg Bure's up top. Ang and Nolsky are on his left. Wheaton and Fouillard switch. Bure's got some room. Low bouncer, it's on goal. Swartout's got to look behind him, and it bounces to his feet. We'll see what the Mounties can do shorthanded. Jacob Morris is all over Chesser. Bonillo now avoids a hit from Noyan. Pushed near the crease. Keeps his feet out by a couple millimeters at least. Tyler Melnick has it. Spins around Noyan. Room to shoot. Put it on goal. McMillan with the save. The Rebels defense a little slow to get sticks on hand. And with a shooter like Tyler Melnick, you really can't give him those opportunities. Fouillard, hidden ball trick with Greg Bure. Almost worked for a second. Now they'll switch it up. Unit 2's on the floor. Ang. Little high to low fake. Pass got knocked down. 3 to shoot. Fouillard's got to be quick. Trying to be pretty and tight. And Swartout controls. It's Madiak. First goal of the game for Calgary. Jacob Madiak had. Tyler Cole defend. Matt Murphy's a double team. They both get beat. Now it's Crywell trying to push it. Benio, him and Crywell get into it by the bench. Mounties took their fair share of cheap shots in period number 1. No injuries, but no calls on him either. And now Ellingson avoids hope. Back to even strength. Full yard. Greg Beret's up top now. Wants the high dish. Ellingson. 5 to shoot. One arms it to no one. And Jordan Wheaton dumps it in the corner. A very stagnant offense through 25 minutes here for Fort Saskatchewan. Not something we really saw during the season. They were pretty sharp for the most part. Hughes in tight. Getting an offensive shift. Melnick up top. Cutting towards the middle. Plenty of room for Eric Lemire. Tries to be Superman and he tucks it high. Takahara for Wheaton. Quick shot. Just off target. Ang's got it. Wong for Wheaton. Back Ang. Quick stick attempt. That's a good look right there. But he can't connect on the one-timer. Gabe off the right side. Foster towards the middle. The righty thought about shooting around the defense. Couple too many screens in the way. Down low. Ball's on the ground. McMillan's back there to help as well. And Melnick now getting into it with Sherbanek. Gloves will stay on. Looks like Melnick's getting a penalty. He took the tomahawk chop down to the Rebels defender there. He'll argue it wasn't an axe swing, but he's going off for 2 or less, and the Rebels are going back to the power play. Oh for 1 with the man advantage this afternoon. The Rebels are. Beret down for Wheaton again. Quick stick just doesn't connect on it. Now it's a battle on the ground. Fouillard tries to pull it out. Defense was in there, and they didn't have 3 bodies to help. The extra support just wasn't there for the Rebels, and now the Mounties can eat the next 30 seconds or so. Benio, defender all over him, one arm, but he's through the crease. Rebels will push it back the other way. Takahara rolls it by the bench for Beret. Had the Mounties thinking a little bit. Walks it in. Ang, low shot. Catches Samayer. Fouillard's got it again. Back to Beret. Low to the glove side. Swartout saves it. No rebound given. All the way up the floor. Foster's waiting by the bench. One arms it down for Lemire. Tyler Cole forces a turnover, and Crywell's got it. 2-on-1 with Fouillard. Crywell to Fouillard, trying to pull it in tight, and Swartout, great left arm save. His best of game 1 so far. McMillan now throws this one away through the neutral zone. Benio has it. They've got numbers. Lemire with Benio. Pushed out. Here's Jerhoff off the bench. McMillan gets a piece of it, but the Mounties get a shot clock reset. They've had the better looks, and they're down a man. Perfect 2 for 2 is this Mounties penalty kill. Jerhoff wanted to shoot around. Melnick will let it go. McMillan with the save, and he finds Takahara in front of the penalty boxes. Corey Takahara does it himself and he scores. The lead's cut in half. It's 5-4. Check that, definitely 6-4. That's it, I don't have the scoreboard at this far end here. I'll blame it on that at least. John McMillan's gonna grab the assist on the Takahara marker. As it's Tremblay now. The righty's pass gets picked off by Greg Bray. Bray now loses it in the neutral zone. Sherbanik's got to go for a change. 15 on the shot clock. Bray's pushed out by Bjorndal. Gets a pick from Ellingson. Bray now fires and scores. Now I can see it. The lead's cut in half. It's 6-5. Greg Beray's got his second of the game. And the Rebels now trail by 1. Sherbanik grabs the lone assist and Foster's out front. He restores a 2-goal lead just like that. Ref wants a wipe of the floor at the dot. It's hot and humid inside the JRC here. We're 34 seconds away from the midway point. In Fort Saskatchewan, shots are 26-19 in favor of the Mounties. Scratches for the Rebels here in game number 1. No Ryan Gingras, no Noah Jackson, Sam Dahl, Christian Searson, Dean Wojwitka, and Jordan Dewart is out with a head injury. For the Mounties, no Dylan Ferrier, no Colby Frazier, Don Haynes, Colton Barbie, Elijah Johansson, Jordan Getzer, Dustin Drake. They've got 3 goalies up here as well. I believe it was Scott Cavalinas taking some shots and lights earlier this afternoon. Game 2 goes tomorrow at 2 o'clock right here at the JRC. You can watch it live on 12-ounce sports, of course. In transition, Takahara with a hard pick. And now Hope wants to run it himself in transition. Deward pushes him out. Melnick and Bonillo. 2 of the best lefties in the Alberta Series Lacrosse. Melnick now out of the corner. Bonillo, his shot clock expires, has to leave it down there. Ellingson over to Wong. Ang's up top. Trying to pull this one short side. Grabs his own rebound. Ellingson and tight diving, and it's off the pipe. Cam Ellingson in close. Inches away from giving the Rebels 6. Bray trots it up. Over to Wong. Far side of the floor, Zhang. Ellingson now sets a pick. Shot on goal by Ang. Swartout's reading him well. Gabe over to Lemire. Out in touch. Bjorndal rebound somehow. Stays out. Tyler Cole goes flying through the crease. Benio's not happy about something. Annoying. Over to Greg Bray. Bobbled it for a second. Now he'll skip it over to Ang. 12 on the shot clock. Fouillard still has it. Fires and scores. Marcus Fouillard stings the short side corner, and it's 7-6. Corey Takahara gets taken to the ground. Defender tries to ride him like a backpack. Not sure what Calgary's complaining about there. Fouillard's got his second of the night. It's the most recent. Now Takahara steps in and scores! Corey Takahara with a laser beam up top, and we're tied at 7. Delayed penalty doesn't matter. Corey Takahara puts it top shelf. And we're back to even ground. Greg Beret with the lone assist on Takahara's goal. As Melnick whips it wide. Jerhoff rebound in tight. Shot clock expires. Greg Beret's got himself a 4-point night going on. Rebels only have 22 shots on goal, but they're scoring every third one. Ang for Jordan Wheaton. Thought about driving it, stripped for a second, and now Hansen has to chase down the loose ball. 5 to shoot. Simon Hansen trying to throw it down in the corner and let the D guys hop on the floor. Crook for Lemire. The former Calgary Shamrock. Sherbanek comes down with it. And the loose ball is grabbed by Tyler Cole. Takes a big hit to make a play. Jacob Morris, far side of the floor, has to chase down the looser. And it's on the ground where Ho controls. Stretch pass for Jerhoff. Benio's out in front. McMillan got it with a toe. Looked like Benio might have had him beat, and now Matt Murphy Pushed to the ground is Garrett Hughes, laying the body. Melnick for Benio. Foster wants to drive. In tight. Not sure if that went off the post or what, but it bounces sky high. Third straight offensive possession. Benio, twister. Wide of the cage, it's up top. Bounces to Melnick by the bench. Jerhoff's got 12 to play with. Wants to shoot it himself around the screen. Right chicken wing arm saved by John McMillan. Benio's in tight. Goes to his backhand sub shot, stopped by Johnny. Huge defensive stand there by Fort Saskatchewan. And it's the Team Ireland netminder, John McMillan, carrying water right now for the Rebels. Wong's out of the corner. Now it's Beret. Low bouncer. Wide glove side, and Hansen ends up dropping Gabe. Stick up high, would assume it'll be a 5, and that's what they're going to call it. Hansen's getting a major. And now Jacob Modiak wants to run his mouth as he walks back to the bench. Rebels shorthanded for 5 after they just pretty much killed for the past 2.5 minutes. Mounties are 1 for 2 on the power play so far in game 1. Melnick's up top. He'll take this shot. McMillan with the save, and now Melnick goes and buries Sherbanek from behind, and Krywald gets buried too. Tassi in transition. Stopped by Swarnow. Don't mind that attempt by Tanner Tassi at all. Found himself with a little bit of space. Crooks in the corner. Jerhoff back to Bjorn, ball's robbed by McMillan. Bjorndal looking at the whole cage, got stopped by John McMillan. And now it's pushed to Ellingson. He's got to watch out, but he owes on the back check. Wong's by the bench. Avoids a hit from Howe. Giacabo puts a fist in his ear. Refs are going to play blind to that as well. Ball's on the ground. Wong comes up with it. Now Giacabo's got a hold of Krywald's face mask, or Nguyen's face mask. Again, right in front of the ref. They know a face mask is a call, I do believe. Benio back for Tremblay. Foster's up top. Melnick, Jerhoff. Jerhoff's got it. Benio was in tight. Pass might have got tipped, and here goes Joe Fowler. 2-on-1. They decide to go for offense. I think they will. Fowler's shot got stopped by Swarnow. Now there's 2 balls on the ground. Not sure where the last one came from, and Takahara having a few words with Jerhoff. Not sure where the second ball came from. Rebels have had a couple of chances here shorthanded. It's an interesting decision. Do you sit back and try kill the 30, or do you take the odd man rush in offense? They've had some success in transition, so I don't mind it, as Tyler Melnick on the power play has his second. It's 8-7. Melnick goes low on John McMillan, and it's 8-7. Another power play goal for the Mounties. .245 left in the major to Simon Hansen. Jerhoff, Benio give and go, short side, wide of the cage, and now they're gonna bat it in. Through the creases, Tremblay stepped in. Krywoldt down the floor. Now he'll wisely hold. They'll eat the next 22 seconds of the clock, or at least try to. Greg Beret, the ball handler. Ellingson, Wheaton, and Folliard out on the floor with him as well. Beret's got 2 to shoot. Outside look down to Wheaton. Bouncer goes wide. Bjorn Dahl. Him and Melnick will play give and go. It's a lefty strong look on the power play. Has some room to shoot, takes it himself. McMillan with the save, and Crook has the rebound. Melnick the back pedal for Crook. Over to Benio's up top. John McMillan drops into a hockey-style butterfly to make the save. Now Nguyen's got to work this one up here. 2 seconds, and he's just going to as the 10 expires. Now he throws it for Rang. He's got to catch a fastball. Takahara, 7 on the shot clock. Tries an inside cut around Giacomo. A little behind the back effort. And Folliard to let that one bounce through the crease. 40 left in the period. Mounties still on the power play. Jerhoff with the back pedal. Now it's Melnick setting up behind the net. Up top, Jerhoff stopped, rebound by Tremblay, and he scores. Tony Tremblay on the rebound, and it's another power play marker for the Mounties. Back to 5-on-5 with 15 seconds left in the period. And the Mounties are going to call a timeout. Jason Crook and company will draw something up. They lead by 2 with 14 seconds left to go here in period number 2. Mounties will run it 6-on-5. No surprise, Tyler Melnick will run it in from half. Swart out on the bench, 10 seconds in the period. Benio back to Melnick for Benio. Bobbles it down low. Bjorndal's in tight. McMillan with the save, and that's how we're going to end period number 2 inside the JRC. 9-7. Calgary leads Fort Saskatchewan, period 3. Coming up next on 12-Ounce Sports. 40 down, 20 to go inside the JRC. It's game one of a Fort Saskatchewan doubleheader. The juniors are up next. Stay tuned for that game two between the St. Albert Crew and Fort Saskatchewan Junior B Rebels. But in this one, the Calgary Mounties leading the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels by a score of 9-7 after 40 minutes of play. Power plays have been a big one. The Mounties had 9 minutes of man advantage time in the first 40 minutes of this game, and they've got 3 on the power play so far. Shots 37-22 in favor of the Mounties, only 9 in that last period for Fort Saskatchewan. The offense hasn't been too crisp, and you can definitely tell in the score so far. These teams not generally the highest scoring of the bunch, but when you get special teams involved, typically the scores are going to follow that one. A lot of power play time for the Mounties so far. We'll see how the third period shakes up. Ang's in tight towards the goal. Twister scores, but they're going to say he stepped in the crease. Awfully close for Ethan Ang there. He put it in the back of the net with the corkscrew. Kane Swartout gets lucky with one early in period number 3. Jerhoff far side. Over to Kruk. Behind the back pass. Bjorndal grabs it in the corner. Benio with 2 to shoot. Back over to Jerhoff as time expires. They'll say it's a little too late though and give the Rebels possession. Marcus Fouillard, a lot of speed, rips that one off the pipe. Peel and paint early. Marcus Fouillard booked it down the floor. Cam Ellingson now pushed into the crease by a stickless Garrett Hughes. Now it's Pluto with Benio off the bench. Wisely pulls it back and he hands it off to Tony Tremblay. Foster's in the corner. 1-on-1. D-Word gets pushed back. Foster shot goes wide. Bjorndal's in tight. And he misses the net. Now Matt Murphy running up on it. 2-on-1 with Krywalt. Melnick goes for a change. Murphy all alone, kicked out by Swartout. Huge save by Kane Swartout. Keeps it a 2-goal lead for the Mounties here. Off the far side, Lemire sets the pick. Tremblay takes the shot, and it's in the path of John McMillan. Had a 5.3 goals against average this season. Allowed 9 in 40. But there really wasn't many goals where you can look back and say, well, that was his fault. The Mounties have a good offense in the Alberta Series Lacrosse. Berets up top. Bouncer. Sounded like it caught a piece of Swartout. Ref agrees. The 30 clock resets. Fouillard dishes it in tight. Wong was waiting in the slot for it. Takahara will push Melnick back a bit. Foster drives the inside. Sub shot, good kick by McMillan. Benio has the reset. Foster once again behind the back. The Rebels netminder says no. Zachary Foster starting to take over on offense here with a couple of good chances. Ellingson out of the corner. Jordan Wheaton now can't control it off the boards. been a rough night offensively for this Rebels team here. A little bit earlier start than usual. But I'm not sure what Jeff Wright has to do to get his unit to be clicking here, because they only have 15 minutes to do something about game one. Jerhoff with the shot clock expiring. Takahara will push it. 2 goals for him. We'll see if he wants to hat-trick hunt. Pushed out, little fake for Wong as he's cross-checked to the ground. Over to Greg Beret. Steps into a bouncer. Tipped off the defender's stick. Gabe got his stick in the way there. Full yard for Wong down the middle. Moniak runs it up where he finds Bjorndal. Foster back to Bjorndal. Low shot. It's behind McMillan. Melnick has it. Double pick there by the lefties. Benio loses his stick. D-word, they're just going to let Benio kick it around for the next 10 seconds or so. Really no harm offensively, but Bjorndal comes out with it. Over to Foster's in tight. McMillan with the save. Tassie takes a stick off the shin pads. Well, no shin pads. That's just straight shins. Greg Beret now spins away. Behind the back for Ellingson. He's in tight. Shot on goal. Pushes off the net. Opted out of running into Swartout. Something his opponent chose not to do earlier in the game. Trombley down low for Jerhoff. Behind the back pass, Lyndon Benio, the Vancouver Warrior, was waiting for it. Now Benio tries a one-arm dunk as he's holding on to Sherpanik's stick down there. D-word throws it away. Just errors Fort Saskatchewan's not used to making here have happened. Maybe it's home floor. Fans starting to set in. A trip to the President's Cup likely on the line. Well, the Mounties have taken advantage of it so far in game one. Melnick, outside bouncer. Rolls through Bjorndal. Full yard, little fake, drives the goal. It's in the feet of Swartout. Ball ends up behind the net. Giacomo for Hope, the former Saskatchewan Rush draft pick. And a goal in the opening period. Lemire with the back pedal. Foster sets the pick. Wants to throw it up front. Melnick comes down with it and he scores. Tyler Melnick in tight. Over the shoulder at John McMillan. It's 10-7. Melnick scores unassisted, and the Mounties leads up to 3. They've been the more physical team tonight. Their offense has been more crisp. Less turnovers, less mental errors, and ultimately less penalty minutes. They've got 3 power play goals. The Rebels have none. Bonillo. Outside look, Tremblay with the shot. Rebounds in the corner. Tremblay's got it. Bonillo now. Far side, and he scores. Lyndon Bonillo goes stick side high on John McMillan, and it's 11-7. Bonillo from Bjorndal. And the Mounties extend their lead to 4. Ellingson, his pass got picked off. Giacomo's in a foot race with Fouillard. Giacomo far side. McMillan sliding over, makes the save. Jordan Wheaton. Bouncer on net. Hansen goes behind the back with the rebound. Puts the ball in the corner. Wheaton now. Hansen's out front. Bounces out. Long's got to chase it down. Tries to swat at it. By the benches, Garrett Hughes is there on the offense. Wong has it. Pushed out. Takes a couple extra cross checks. Now Lemire. We'll let the shot clock expire, and he grabs it with a fresh 30 clock. Refs blow it down. I think they want a wipe of the floor, or a timeout's been called. Either or. I guess we'll step aside here. It's Cody Jansen with you on 12-Ounce Sports. 9:51 left to go in period number 3. Little water break complete, and we're back to the action. 1/5 of the way done, game number 1 here. Alberta Series Lacrosse Playoffs, series tied 0-0. It's the second and the third best teams in the regular season going head to head. Mounties on the road, their offense has been better. Their big guns have performed. Tremblay back to Melnick. He fires and scores. Tyler Melnick's got his 4th of the game. Tremblay grabs an assist on the Melnick goal, and now a penalty coming up against the Rebels. Jerhoff with it. For Kruk. Back to Peniel. Whips it wide. Slash is going to be the call. And the Rebels are going to be shorthanded. Mounties are 3 for 4 on the power play so far. Getting a 5th opportunity here. Peniel for Melnick. Downloaded Kruk. Jerhoff's right in tight. And McMillan has to be good. It's up in the air, and Peniel goes and takes out Krywalt. The little cross check in the back. Ref decides he doesn't want to call it, though. Corey Takahara, one-on-one with Madiak. Ang's out front. Trying to go glove side, Sword out. Too easy for him. Pluto now. Swim move by the big man. Frees up some space. Ellingson tries to poke it out. Foster. Jerhoff's up top. Over the goal. Sherbanek has it off the backboards. Lobbed up, and Peniel. Easy turnover forced. Simple errors costing Fort Saskatchewan in this one. 7:20 to go in period number 3. Melnick now. Over to Foster. Low to low. Goes wide. Melnick now. Cross for Tremblay. Won't put it on goal. Foster's shot. It was a shooting gallery. But the Mounties unable to grab their 4th power play goal here. Fouillard with it. Takes a high shot from Peniel. And now the far ref calls it. Peniel and Takahara having a few words. Gloves will stay on. Peniel grabbed his face mask. Again, right in front of the refs. It's been called multiple times all season. They've taken the option now. And they're going to discuss. Somehow a Peniel cross-check to the head is worth less than a Hansen cross-check to the head. It's a minor. Ang up top for Bray. Fouillard, the give and go. Fouillard back for Bray, his shot. Skips off a defender, has it back 15 to shoot. Walks into it himself, trying to go 5-hole. As Swartout makes the save. Tremblay. Watched by Morris. Gets around D-Work. Tremblay shot scores. Rebels are going to call their 30-second timeout, and we'll play 4-on-4 when we come back in period number 3. .541 left to go in period number 3. Mounties lead by half a dozen. Foster for Jerhoff. Now it's Bjorndal trying to go low to high. Four on four for the next 17 seconds. Perret. Little spin move to the inside over to Fouillard. Back to Ellingson. Tries a little backhand shovel shot, 2 to go. Long fires, no dice. Melnick has it up top. Mounties going back to the power play. Jerhoff. Now it's Melnick. Fires far side and he scores. That one's past McMillan. It's 14-7. Tyler Melnick's on sock trick watch. Fowler from his own zone. Greg Perret now. He'll drive to the middle behind the back shot. Swart out with the save. Mounties are almost doubling the Rebels in shots, and they're doubling them exactly in goals. Jordan Wheaton now fires and scores from the outside. Cuts it down to a 6-goal game. Jordan Wheaton has his first of the contest, and it's 14-8. Egg and Fouillard will grab the assists on the Wheaton goal. Corey Takahara slow to get off. Here's Wheaton over to Egg. He'll try and fire it 5-hole. Down low, Ellingson's in tight, tries to pull it on Swartout. Another good look, but a better save by the Mounties netminder. Now it's Smeestat, sets the pick for Pluto. Trombley over to Bjorndal. Hard pick. Shot goes wide. Greg Bray now. Over to Ang. Back for Folliard. Down low, fires and scores. Folliard's got another. It's 14-9. Folliard's got a hat trick in his first Senior B playoff game. Ang and Wong will grab assists. Mounties possession here. Lemire feeds over his head from Benio. You get to watch a Vancouver Warrior and Benio. And in the next game here, you get Bryce Schmerben, a Vancouver Warrior draft pick. Pass intended for Wong, and he lost it. Here goes Pluto. Back checkers Folliard. Jerhoff on the wall. Shot clock's going off. He's in tight. McMillan with the save. Takahara now. Ball pops free from Jerhoff. Austin Jerhoff will shoot, and it's off the left pipe. Benio has it up top. He wants to kill the rest of the period. Won't be able to do so. Jerhoff for Melnick. They're shooting for shins in the last minute of a game this big of a deficit, and the Rebels. It'll go to Logan Nguyen's stick. He's hauled to the ground by Benio. Penalty upcoming. Logan Nguyen now runs into Benio, and those two are going to get at it. Maybe we'll get a little bit extra fireworks here as Benio stands on top and punches Nguyen. He'll keep his gloves on, though, because that shows real class. Cooler heads will prevail. And it looks like both of them probably getting early showers. No, they'll let them sit in the penalty box. You knew it was going to get physical. It's game one of the Alberta Series Lacrosse playoffs. A lot more lacrosse left to come here. Tomorrow, 2 o'clock, is game number 2. Still to come after this one, 7 o'clock local time in Fort Saskatchewan. We've got the Junior Rebels taking on the St. Albert Crew. That's game 2 of their best of 3 series. Rebels won game 1 by a score of 10-6. Now it looks like the refs are going to send one, and that's Nguyen back for a shower. Or he's just going right to the bench. Maybe he needs the key. That's probably it. A little rough stuff. Everyone's walking, which is always a good sign. So the Rebels will be going to the power play. A little late for the refs to start giving them power plays, but there's 20 seconds left, and Greg Beret has it. Over to Fouillard. Shot on goal. Swartout makes the save, and Wheaton's got it with 12 seconds left. Late hit from Giacabo, and now Wheaton's in there. Ang's gonna grab onto him. Surprisingly been cool heads for the most part here. Would have expected a few more fists to be flying. It is playoffs for that matter of fact, and the Calgary Mounties. You can wipe away home floor advantage. 14-9 the final. Game 2 goes tomorrow. Thanks for joining us. It's Cody Jansen with you on 12-Ounce Sports. We're back in an hour with the junior game. We're back in about, let's say, 20 hours with Game 2 of this series. Thanks for joining us, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.